Hey guys, welcome to episode 45. Michael Jordan's second number. 4-5.
45.
What did he say? What did he say,
45.
cuz? He was like, when I come back wearing the 4-5, it ain't to play games with you.
Games with you. It's the aim at you. Yeah. When I
Probably
come back like Jordan wearing a 4-5. Yeah.
ain't. What's he say? What's he say though? He's like, just to aim at you, probably maim you. He's
Yeah.
like,
Blowing you to
shit.
smithereens. I could take one for the team.
Episode 45. I can't believe it. It's been a couple weeks. Unfortunately, we've had some things going on. I was traveling for baseball. We had some, I broke fucking both my arms. I have a broken bone in each arm. Something we're going to talk about, as always, it's your co-host, Bob Bain and Joe Massi. Because I've been thinking about this a lot for the past week, and I brought it up to you that, I know we're still trying to find our niche, right? And we talked about that people rebrand multiple times. Sometimes it takes years.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get back to our niche a little bit or our original idea about kind of talking about what it means to be over 40 years old, right? And things that go on when you're over 40. And one of the things that I was thinking about was, dude, when did we become the guy that people make fun of?
Oh my God. Cause
making weird noises when you stand up, cause and people
say, my cousin Michelle says the noises you make in your 20s having sex are the noises you make in your 40s getting up and moving around the house and stuff like that.
absolutely.
And you can hear it like, when you sit down, you're like there's so many, you're just not prepared for to become unk. Like you become an old man.
No, you're not. And dude, I have these problems constantly where I'll bend down as I'm getting up. I'm like, and I can feel it in my back. It feels like it feels like somebody's sitting there with a hammer and a chisel just going ding, 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 like just to mess with me, just to fuck with me. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Another thing about getting made fun of, cuz I never thought that I'd ever get excited for when the guy drops off the mulch. Like, I used to make fun of those people. I used to sit there and go, look at these fucking people, so excited about their planting their flowers and the mulch. Like, because I'm out there inspecting it, counting the bags to make sure we got the right amount.
Yesterday, April said, oh man, there's nothing like a new pair of socks. She's like, when you put them on your feet for the first time, she's like, it's the best thing ever. And I'm saying to myself, it is. She's right. But we're all so super fucking old to be having that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Because I love a new pair of socks. There's nothing like a new pair of socks. There's nothing like a fresh pair.
But I'm saying
there's nothing like a fresh pair of drawers after a shower.
Yes.
Nothing like a fresh pair.
Do you think there's any 16-year-old saying that to themselves right now? No.
Absolutely not. Maybe when they come home from sports and they're all sweaty and but I feel that way no matter what. Even if I just laid around the house all day and then got a shower, there's nothing like a new pair of drawers after a shower.
Exactly.
The other thing is, when did we turn into our fathers? And that's what I keep thinking about. Dude, how many times do you fucking yell at your kids to turn out the lights? And then say something like, we're not paying to heat the whole fucking neighborhood. Have you ever said that?
Or that's why. Why do you want me to do? That's why. You know what I'm saying? Or because I said so. Because I said so is a classic. Cause
my biggest thing right now with Chippy is, especially in baseball, because he's pretty decent, so we butt heads a lot. And I'll be like, hey, listen, use the whole mound or make sure, slide over about 2 inches. Yeah, but I'm like, just say okay. Just say okay. Do me a favor. Learn to just say okay, and your life will be so much fucking better if you can just learn how to say okay.
Well, so hold on. Before I finish my thought, Riverside just published a video. They said you should speak directly into the microphone, not the side of it.
Like that?
Can you? Yeah, but can you move it in front of you? Yeah, there you go. If you notice the last video or two, I moved mine in front of me too. Just to have the chance to get the best sound. So
how's that? Sound better?
Yeah.
Okay.
What were we just saying?
We were talking about it when you turned into your father.
Yeah, but I just had something I was going to say
about the kids, about how my kids won't just say okay to me. There's always some kind of an excuse.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do what you're told, and their entire generation doesn't grasp that concept.
No, because I'm 44 years old and I got to do what I'm told sometimes.
At work,
You know what I mean?
With the wife, it whatever it is. Sometimes there's a point in time to negotiate. There's a point in time to put your foot down. Sometimes you got to just do what you're told.
Cuz it's just like Footloose, cuz listen, sometimes there's a time to cry, there's a time to weep, and even under was it
You know, I never
book,
saw
whatever
the
the
one with
book it
Kevin
was,
Bacon.
he's like, and there was a time to dance. There's a time to dance under the Lord.
I never saw the John with Kevin Bacon. How crazy is that?
What? And Laurie Singer and Christopher Penn?
It seems super gay to me. Is it
Cuz
not gay?
no, it's not gay at all. The one with Kevin Bacon, Footloose is the shit, cuz the 80s soundtrack, oh my god, it's awesome.
It's also super old of you to be referencing an 80s movie, but I'm going to let it slide because I would do the same thing.
But there we go. There's the other things. You know, dude, you know what happens to me all the time? And this used to happen to my freaking father. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's because we're freaking old. I walk into a room all the time, forget why I went in there.
1,000%. I'll say to myself, what the fuck? Sometimes I'll say out loud, what the fuck am I doing in here? And then April from the other room will be like, you went in to go get a drink, or you're trying to do this. Or sometimes I'll remember on my own, but like when I'm home by myself, I'm screwed if I walk into a room and I forget what's going on.
Because it happens to me all the time. You know how many times I put my phone down and can't find it? And I know for a fact that like I didn't even leave the room in the last 2 hours. And I say to myself, I start talking to myself. I go, how does this keep happening? Like, why does this keep happening to me? And then
Do
it'll
you
be
do
like,
it at work?
no, because works, it's always on my desk.
No, not the phone. I'm just saying, like, you'll start an email and then you'll get sidetracked and then you'll forget about the email and you work on something else.
Mass, I'm responsible for 5 inboxes. It happens constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. I mean, literally, and I feel bad. Sometimes I get
2
upset.
hours later, you're coming back around to the original thing you started on.
Yeah, I come back, I'm like, draft? What the hell is that? I'm like, oh shit, I started that 6 days ago. I was like, I don't even know what I'm saying to this guy anymore.
The drafts folder at work is such a crazy folder because you're like, shit, I forgot about this. Like I started something and I forgot about it.
No, but I mean, dude, I forget things. I forget where I shouldn't even tell anybody this now, but I kept forgetting where I would put my car keys. I couldn't find my car keys probably 5 out of 7 days a week. So I have a driveway.
Don't you have a common place that you put them?
No, I probably should. But well, we do in the house, but I don't do it because I'm a fucking train wreck.
Right.
But so Antoinette usually parks behind me in the driveway, and I gotta so because she's blocking me in, I'm like, fuck it, I just leave the keys in the car now.
Oh my god!
So
what do you do with your problem you just had with the cast and the phone and stuff? What do you do for pain on a regular basis? Like, do you heat it? Do you take pills? What do you do?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's I'm not a pill guy. Pills scare me. You know, I mean, I know you can take Advil and shit, but like real painkillers, you know, are opiates.
Yeah.
And that usually leads to problems. So I'm not really like a painkiller guy myself.
No, I meant Advil and Tylenol.
Yeah,
Shit
I
like
mean,
that.
I'll do Advil, you know, especially if it's like inflamed, anti-inflammatories. But if it's like bruising and things like that for pain, ice is the best way you can go.
Now, I always thought ice restricts blood flow and heat was better because it kept the blood flowing.
No, you don't want the blood flow there. So when you get an injury, all the blood rushes there, and that's what causes the swelling.
Well, but I mean, like, don't you ever just wake up with like neck or back pain?
That's different. That's muscular usually.
Right.
And you would heat.
Muscular, you keep heat.
Correct. Injury, like a muscular, like something like that, you can heat it. Like if it's like tight or you tweak it a little bit, but anything injury wise, you always want to, you want to curb the spelling as much as possible. So you're going to use ice.
You ever fuck with like an Icy Hot?
I fucked with Icy. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I
remember one time, I don't do it very often now. Like I haven't done it in years, but I remember one time when I was a kid.
I got a story. I got a really fucked up story for you.
I was down Wildwood. We were at the siesta with my cousin Anthony and a bunch of other people, and we're chilling in one of the bungalows, and he's telling me like, I don't know what we did to bring up the discussion, but I guess he had one of the parents had Icy Hot on the table, and he's telling me like, this feels great on your body. I had no idea what it was. We were kids, and he's like, if you just rub it on your, like, let me just rub a little bit on your shoulder, it'll feel great. Your whole body will feel great. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Rub it on my shoulder. So he takes a giant fucking glob and he fucking rubs it all over my back.
Burns.
I hit the roof.
Yeah.
I hit the roof. So I'm screaming at the top of my lungs so bad. I'm running through the complex screaming. Nobody knows what's wrong because you can't see the clear Icy Hot on my back. But there's a couple kids that know what's going on and they're pissing themselves. And I'm running and I'm running and I'm running. And for some reason, it just made sense to me. I was burning. It made sense to me to jump into the pool. It's summertime.
Ooh, bad mistake.
So I jump into the pool and the chlorine made it 10 times worse.
It wasn't the chlorine,
So
it was the
now,
water.
well, whatever. But
The
now
water
I'm
in general.
doggy paddling. I'm doggy paddling in 8 foot, screaming at the top of my lungs.
And you're drowning. You're like,
And I'm drowning. I finally, my mom pulls me out. I fucking tell her what happened, and she wipes it off, and like I was able to relax and all, but like that was the last time I ever fucked with Icy Hot in my life. Like I had no clue what he was talking about or what he was doing, and I in my mind I was panicking, and in my mind it's burning, so let me jump into the pool, and that made it 10 times worse. I was such a smacked ass, cuz.
listen, I got a way worse story than that. Way worse.
Were you older? How old were you? I was like,
I was 17.
okay, yeah. I was like 14, 15.
So I'm 17 and I made the Phillies, the junior Phillies, basically the Phillies Youth Academy baseball team, and when I get down there, we used to play at Richie Ashburn Stadium, when you're on like 95 and you're driving like near the double decker bridge, you see all those real nice baseball fields at down the lakes, down FDR Park.
Yeah.
So a lot of the kids had been together for like 2 or 3 years at that point. So I'm the new guy on the team. There's also some kids that were older than me. It was 17 and 18. 18 was their last year. And long story short, they're, hazing, being against hazing wasn't a big deal back then. Shit happened. And somebody got into my bag before I freaking was able to get into it and put Icy Hot on my cup.
Oh my God.
Yep. Probably, I don't know how much it was because it was like subtle. So I played third base. So I wouldn't I would leave, I would always have the jock strap on, but I would just leave the cup in the back. And then if I had to play third base, if I wasn't pitching, I would just go in and then slide it in the slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't have the jock strap this day. So I don't know how the hell they knew. I have no idea. And I go in, they must have just put it like lightly around the rubber area, like real lightly. Put it on, sitting there at third base, and all of a sudden I just start to feel this little tingle. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm like, what the hell is that? What is that? I'm fielding ground balls, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, something's wrong. I'm like, do I get the gonorrhea? Do I have to clap? What the fuck is going on? Right? Next thing you know, I just start screaming. I'm running around. I'm running around in a circle. And the manager of the team's like, fucking Bain, what is going on? I'm going, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm like, my dick's on fire. My dick's on fire. And he's like, that sounds like a personal problem. Go get it fucking taken care of, right? So I go in the dugout, same thing. I get a freaking cup of water. We had the orange Gatorade water coolers. I get a cup of water and start pouring it down my pants. Dude, next thing you know, I'm on the rolling around back and forth, screaming and crying. And then the catcher on the team, who was the captain, came in and he was like, hey, how's that Icy Hot, Rook? And I was like, oh, I'm still rolling around. I'm like, what? Huh? He's like, yeah, the rookies, we put Icy Hot in their cups. I was like, dude, literally, I was like hiding my face because there were tears coming down my eyes. It was freaking
Why
horrible.
does the water activate it?
That I have no idea. No idea. No idea.
Yeah, it's hysterical that we both have a similar Icy Hot story at the same age.
Well, let me ask you this, going back to the whole thing about your father. What do you notice now about yourself where you're like, fuck, that's definitely something my father would have done. You know what I mean? Like,
I look like my dad, like with my shirt off from the neck to the waist. You can't tell the difference. I look just like him, the gray chest hair and everything. Like it's identical. The yelling at the kids for sure. My dad used to do this thing where it depends on what we were eating. Like if we had bread, he would always, like you get a little piece of gravy.
You gotta sop it up with the bread, no matter what. You know
Yeah.
what? Even I don't care if it's
But like
brown gravy.
if there was like a little piece of salad on the corner or a couple pieces of corn on the edge of the plate, instead of picking them up with his finger or like, because sometimes you need two utensils to get those pieces up.
Mhm.
He would use the bread and the fork.
Yeah. That's pretty common.
But once in a blue moon, when he didn't have bread, he would just go straight to the edge of the plate and like grab it with his mouth. And I said to myself,
Wait, hold on. With the top lip.
yes,
pull it back.
yeah. Like he was gumming it.
Yeah.
Like he was going. So I said to myself, like, I'll never do that. Like for some reason, that drove me crazy. And I said to myself, I'll never do that. And I find myself doing it now. 100%.
Two things that really stick out to me is one, when I was a kid, and there were two reasons I think I used to hate it. One, it was just I wasn't into fucking news, so I didn't give a shit. And it also meant that it was the end of the weekend. It was the show 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I probably watch it 2 to 3 Sundays a month.
Yeah.
If I'm home. If I'm home and it's 7 o'clock, I'll be like, let me pop 60 Minutes on. I said to myself, I would never, ever, ever do that. The other thing is, my dad used to always get up at like 4:35 in the morning, so he could be the first person up and enjoy the quiet time and drink his coffee. And I said I would never do that. I do it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
There's times I'm like, I'm out back. It's like
Sundays, like to do from and all.
Yeah, exactly. I get up, no one else is up. I get my coffee. I let the dogs out. I go sit out back. It's just me and the coffee and the dogs. I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. A man,
what it's all about.
A man could be happy here. A man could be happy here.
This is what it's all about. Yeah. You sound like your pop too. When you say the word Bobby, it sounds just like him.
Well, I mean, we're Southwest people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But when you say it especially on the phone, it sounds like I'm talking to him. It's crazy.
It's funny. Well, you know what, too? I mean, you're the guy. Think about it. I mean, and I don't know why you do this. This is weird being from Philly. You're the only person I know who calls him Charlie.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know anybody else from Philly who calls anybody Charlie. It's Charlie.
Why?
Because it's just the way it's pronounced in Philadelphia. So this is what's nuts. Both of my brother and my dad. You're on number 2? Look at you. This is going to be a good episode. So my brother and my father were both steam fitters, and for a while they both worked at the same company, York International. Well, my brother, was it my brother? Yeah, my brother had it spelled on his shirt CHALL, and then my dad had it spelled CHALI, LIA.
See, Charlie.
So there's no
Charlie.
R. There's no R at all.
Yeah,
in the spelling.
That's funny. I don't know why. I mean, I even at work, they like I work with people from all over the world. So like, I don't think someone from Singapore can differentiate New York or Philly very easily. But like, everybody says I'm from New York. Everybody thinks my accent rather is from New York.
Cousin, listen, the other thing that really, really fucking drives me nuts as we get older and as technology's taken over, right? And I think this is going to be an issue for everybody as we get older. Even though we're in I love the age that we are because we're probably the generation that grew up without technology and then the generation that had it first. You know what I mean? So we understand both probably better than anybody. I mean, I know our parents did as well. Your mom did, but she wasn't like when technology and the internet and all first came out, and she wasn't, it was just I'll use it if I need it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't they used on a daily basis and tried to understand it. And like, I'm sure she still can't use her friggin' phone, you know, but here's what drives me nuts. And it's the bane of our existence. Little plug, because I don't know if anybody knows this. We are not just a 40 years, 40 beers podcast anymore. Joe Massi and Bob Bain are now proud co-owners of the 40 years, 40 beers network. We have three functional podcasts on there. It's already ready already. The bane of our existence and the 40 years and 40 beers podcast. So make sure you check it out.
Now,
right? But hold on. Let me get to my point. Let me get to my point real fast. All right. The bane of my existence, another shameless plug, is why do I need 47 passwords to control my life? I need 47 different passwords to control my life, right? And what I mean by that is the panic that goes through my mind when I put in a new password and it goes, yeah, you must have a blood sample, a capital letter, a fucking, there's got to be a 16-digit number that's not in order. Like, I literally start to hyperventilate and fucking start to sweat, right? Oh, by the way, what's your childhood nickname? What was the name of your first dog? What was the first car of your grandmother in 1917?
The first concert you attended. It's so ridiculous because
it's friggin' nuts. And then here's the other thing. God forbid you forget a password, right? And for some reason, it might be an old email. I have this situation now at one of our social media accounts. And then you get logged out of the fucking account that you've had for 15 fucking years. Like, how is this even possible?
Yeah. Passwords and email in general need to be obsolete. There has to be a better way to authenticate.
You know what Japan does? You know what Japan does? I know I don't think they do this with passwords for computers and all, but it's all biometrics. Guys, have you seen this crazy shit?
Yeah.
Where they open their apartment or house doors with their hand. They pay at a store, at a restaurant, at a kiosk with their hand.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking Russian and Cuban mind control is going on? That they have something implanted in you, I guess. Or is it fingerprints? What is it?
I could smell the gravy April's cooking. I saw a video. I watched a video recently where a guy was living there for a while, and he documented the whole thing, and he got like however you apply for it or however you officially like register your hand. He was like, it's just crazy to me to come from the United States and now I'm opening up my door and buying food, but I do it with my watch.
No, but the watch is a device. It's not, I mean, cuz you don't have anything. It's reading your palm.
But it's not that different. I could lock my door with my watch. I just put my wrist up to it. You don't even have to do anything else. You just put your wrist up to it. I lock the door. I start the car. I could pay for food. I could pay for dinner.
I'm going to explain to you why that's different. All right. You ready?
How's that different?
Okay, it's different because let's say somebody wanted to rob money out of your bank account. All they got to do is steal your watch. All right. In Japan, they got to cut your fucking hand off and they got to go up and right. That's why it's different.
No, the watch knows the minute it's taken off your wrist, you have to enter a password when you put it back on someone else's wrist.
There you go. You don't got to enter a password for the person's hand. You just got to freaking put it up to the thing. That's going to be the new thing, cuz the Yakuza, right, is going to be over there. They're going to be chopping people's hands off, freaking robbing them.
That's crazy.
That's for all.
But yeah, he did like a little documentary on how nuts that was. Like you're saying, like they've always been light years ahead with that kind of shit, though.
It might already be happening. The Yakuza could already. What if we found out that there's a freaking 5% uptick, right, in people losing their hands in Japan? I think we'd be on to something. We could help them solve this problem.
5% uptick in people losing their hands. Oh my god!
Hopefully, it was at 0 before, and now it's just there was a 5%. I guess that would be a 500% increase, right? If there were 5 people, because here's the other thing about passwords, and I want to know how many people are in this situation, right? Like Aqua, all right, my water bill. Right? I have the app, but for some reason, it won't save my password, and it won't fucking, even though I say Face ID enabled, it won't scan my face. I don't know what it is. Every month, I probably over the past 2 years have used fucking forgot password more than I've typed in the fucking password. Oh, how many people, especially for apps that you don't use every single day? All right, not your go-to apps that you need every single day and that you go to.
The monthly ones. Yeah.
How many people do you think use the forgot password function more than they actually use the freaking password?
My mother uses it every single time she logs into anything. She's like, just do forgot password. Make them all Julia or Jeffrey. And I'm like, we ain't making them all Julia or Jeffrey because that ain't working. No, and it's got to be something else.
You can't remember when it's just the one. Because what you should do is, I mean, honestly, she should just do Jeffrey 1, Jeffrey 2, Jeffrey 3, like whenever like it expires.
She has two different passwords she chooses from. One is a variation of Julia's name with numbers, and the other one is a variation of Jeffrey's name with numbers. And for whatever reason, excuse me, those never work, dog. And I'm always doing forgot password for her. And then I write it. But here's the thing, like I'll write it down and I'll be like, Mom, I reset this for you 2 weeks ago. I wrote it down and here's the password. And she'll be like, yeah, but I tried to get in a few days ago and I reset it and did forgot my password. So like I can't even record the password for her because she'll change it on her own.
Yeah, after the age of 40, the passwords are definitely something that I feel myself actually maybe even getting worse at as I get older. It's going to be even worse and worse. Another thing,
Well, technology in general, we're even though it's my business, we're not as sharp as the kids with it.
no, but I'm never going to look. I mean, I don't know how to use. I'm sure there's friggin' features on my iPhone that I don't know how to use. You know what I mean? But if somebody was to ask me, do I know how to use the iPhone probably to 75% capacity? Yes. Or any apps to capacity, or I'm never going to be at a point where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed by this. I can't freaking do it. Like that. I don't think that's ever going to be the case for us.
But we're not going to be the super power users anymore either.
No, you're right. I mean, listen, there's shit the kids they've never not had a phone in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Like for them, it's the norm. Like, and I said something to somebody the other day. Like, it boggles my mind when somebody asks you to do something. Like, hey, can you send this email out? Or hey, can you text this person? And you're like, yeah, and you don't do it right away because you have a computer. You know what I mean? Like everybody has a computer in their hand.
There's certain people in my family, not my immediate family, but there's certain people in my family, their hands are glued to the phone. You can see their thumbs never come up off the fucking keyboard. You text them, they don't respond.
Fuck them.
Well, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? You literally, you have your phone on you and you're not responding. Like, oh, I didn't see it. Why the fuck not? Are you on Facebook? Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, if I'm holding my phone in my hand and you message me, it comes right up at the top.
Exactly.
I'm making a conscious decision to ignore you or respond.
Yeah. Or it's the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe they're into in a deep conversation with somebody. It comes up, they read it, and they get back into the text, so they don't even remember it. But at the end of the day, they would have seen the unread text and should respond to you. I hear what you're saying.
So let me ask you this. If someone sends you a message that's definitive and doesn't require a response, do you still respond?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I do too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm on your side. I'm just saying in the moment that can happen. Like they're involved in another text or another conversation, and that's why, they didn't respond.
The black cherry is so much better than fucking ruby grape.
The black cherry's phenomenal. So I got another one for you in your 40s, because it wasn't like this when I was in my 30s. I can definitely tell you, because I've done it in my 30s, done it in my 40s. Traveling where you have to fly, or traveling in general. I think it's more when you have to fly with your family, or even if it's just one kid, gives me so much anxiety. I don't even know what to fucking do with myself.
Doesn't flying in general are you afraid to fly?
No, not at all. I've flown probably 30 times in my life.
I'm afraid. I'm definitely afraid. We went February 2020, right before the virus. I'll never forget. We went to Minnesota.
Who did?
And for work, me and my boss. Yeah, right?
Yeah, I got to grab my vape.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm getting better, getting up. What do you got me on the phone? Are you on the phone, by the way? Look at you. Can't even use the fucking computer. All right.
I don't have a webcam because I always use the spare Android phone. So I just take it with me.
You had to go to Minnesota. I can't wait to hear this story.
Me and my boss went to Minnesota in February. So like there's snow and ice everywhere. And we get there perfectly fine. Although like I'm deathly afraid of flying. So like I was spooked out the whole time. But we get there fine. We're in Minnesota. We're eating. We're at the customer's facility for a couple days. We're getting ready to come home. So like, I'm doing all the things. Like I'm downloading a bunch of offline TV shows to watch. I got video games that you could play offline. I got music. And I'm trying to my phone's at 100%. I'm trying to make sure that I'm preoccupied enough for takeoff and landing. And
was this your first time on a plane?
It is not, but I'm definitely afraid of flying because on our honeymoon, coming home from our honeymoon, we had crazy turbulence to the point where like the masks came down and we were like, this is it. Like it's over before it even started. You know what I mean? April and
Shit.
I were like holding hands and all fucking fucked up. So like the turbulence on the honeymoon just set me off. And ever since then, I was fine. Like we would go to Disney as a kid. I took plane rides. I went to Italy. I took a
Yeah.
Xanax and fell asleep for fucking 15 hours, whatever it is, 13-hour flight to Italy. No problems. The turbulence fucked me up. And then the trip to Minnesota, I was just spooked out. So I get there fine. We're coming home and like I'm electronically prepared as best I could be. And we're not moving. We're not leaving the gate.
In Philly.
No, in Minnesota to go home.
To go home. Okay.
We got there okay. To come home, we're not leaving. Everybody's on the plane. We're not leaving the gate. And I'm like, this is an unusual amount of time to not take off. I don't want to take off, but this is an unusual amount of time to not take off. So
What did you think? The Taliban was going to come on in a second and fucking they were hijacking?
no, I'm not worried about the people. I'm worried about the plane itself crashing or failing. It's not it's not like a 9/11 situation. That would never bother me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want that to happen, but that wouldn't bother me. That never even entered my head. It's about mechanical malfunctions. That's what I'm worried about.
Been on a plane, dude, where we pulled away like 10 feet from the gate and they literally went, hey guys, listen, we got to get towed back because we just noticed a mechanical issue and maintenance has to come fix something. And you're just on the plane like, holy shit, what?
Thank God you caught it when you did.
Yeah.
So not moving. Finally, the pilot comes over to the loudspeaker and he's like, the wings are frozen and we have to de-ice the plane before it's safe to take off.
Yeah. I've heard it. That's pretty standard. That's pretty common.
So my boss is looking at me like, because he knows and he's fucking getting a kick out of it. So we hold on one second. So they have this little mini fire engine come and start spraying hot water on the wings.
Yeah.
And I'm watching like the hot water is steaming and it's trying to melt the thing. And I'm saying to myself, like, if it's this cold that the wings are frozen, isn't the water just going to freeze again? And some of it was kind of like refreezing, but the constant hot water eventually got it to the point where we could take off. But I'm like, and the rest of the trip was fine, but I was already so worked up to the point where like I had convinced myself something was going to go wrong. And then when the little fire engine came and it started wiping down the ice, I was just like, I was so uneasy about that. Like
Probably
I was
wish you had a Xanax. Yeah, probably.
it was a work trip and I was coming home with my boss, so I wish I would have, but yeah, I didn't have anything cause I was raw dogging it that day.
Listen, when I flew to Italy, with my wife and my father-in-law, friggin', he had a muscle like a Klonopin, whatever the fuck they were. He was like, "You want one of these?" I was like, "Absolutely!" I was out cold.
I was in a window seat and I'm like drooling on myself for 13 hours. I had no issues whatsoever.
Well, it was the first time I was ever on a plane that big. Like I walked on the plane, I was like, "Why are there fucking 5 rows across? What the hell is going on?" There was a bar. There was a bar on the second level. It was friggin' insane.
There was a second level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what I do is, and this is going to sound pretty, it's going to sound insane. Like I have an issue. So whenever I fly, you go into your gate, you go through, and you're like, all right, so you're in Terminal B, you're at Gate B7. So I always like to stop at a restaurant before a flight. I'll get something to eat, get a drink or two. The first thing I do is, even if it's 2 hours before my flight, even if I have to walk by the restaurants, I walk to the gate to make sure it exists.
Oh, and to make sure
I know,
how to get
and I know where it is. The first thing I do is it's more just to make sure it's there. It's more just to be like, all right, Pete, there it exists. There we go. And I fucking go back. Me and Chippy just did it twice, dude. He was like, "What are we doing?" He's like, "Dad, let's eat here. Chicky's is right here." I was like, "Hang on one second." And we kept walking. We walked past it. I was like, "All right, there we are." I'm like, "Come on, we can go back, Jeff." He was like, "Dad, why do you do that?" I was like, "I just like to make sure that things are the way they're supposed to be."
That's old man shit, cuz
There's nothing worse than that. There's really nothing worse.
What about sleep? Cuz how do you sleep?
What do you mean? Do I like
What's your setup?
do I sleep well or
No, no. What's your setup? Your pillow setup, your bed setup.
I
You
got
got clothes on, clothes off. How do you sleep?
so I'm always in my boxer briefs and I can't sleep in a shirt, can't sleep in socks, can't sleep in pants. I don't care if it's 30, 40 degrees. We went camping because I literally had that's the only time I had a shirt on. I had a mummy bag. It was fucking 30 degrees. Yeah, we had the wood stove, but when it went out, it was still cold at night.
Yeah, but
I'm
that don't count. I'm talking
yeah,
about at the crib.
at the crib, just briefs, boxer briefs. That's it. I got two pillows. Two pillows is plenty for me. And then I got, I mean, dude, to be honest, I mean, I'm good. I mean, I smoke. So going to sleep and staying asleep's not a problem. If I didn't smoke, it probably would be because I got 170 pounds worth of dog in the bed. I got two dogs who take up freaking about 40% of the bed.
I don't have any problem falling asleep. Every once in a while, I have trouble staying asleep, but I can't do regular underwear. I have to do, you know what I do? I get like,
Mesh shorts with the no
yeah,
underwear on? Yeah.
no, no,
Okay.
I can't do that either. Because like I'm super hairy and I sweat through the mesh in the middle of the night. I can't do only mesh, but I can't do underwear either. What I'll do is I'll get like long pajama pants or short pajama pants and I'll wear them as like PJ underwear. Like I'll wear two pairs of like shorts. One is like cloth material and then the mesh on top, or two pairs of like sweatpants. You know what I mean? Like I have to I have to have a layer in between
No, I don't
to
know what you
act
mean.
I have to have a layer in between to act like underwear, but I can't do boxers or boxer briefs at bedtime.
What do you
Like
feel?
it's just
What do you feel constricted?
yeah, it's too restricted. Sometimes I'll do socks, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll do a shirt, sometimes I won't. It depends on how, hot or cold it is that particular day. But the pillow situation is I have this triangular pillow and it has two little cutouts on the side. So you're directly underneath your armpit, stops at the top of the triangle. And then you put your arm in the cutout
Underneath.
underneath. So
So you're sleeping on your hand.
no, because there's a part, the part above the cutout is pillow again.
Okay.
So then I have two pillows. I have one that goes up on top of this triangle thing, one in between my legs, and that's primarily how I'll sleep. Now I do have like one of the tube neck pillows. Like if I'm sitting up in bed watching TV, when I'm laying down watching TV, it'll be the triangle, two pillows, and the neck pillow. When I'm sleeping, the neck pillow goes to the side, one pillow in between the legs, and then a regular pillow on top of the triangle pillow. So I'm a good five pillow kind of situation on a regular night. So when I went to
Pillow?
five pillows, so when I went to because it's like a little bean pillow inside the triangle thing, keeping it up, so like your head doesn't fall down. When I went camping with Vinny, I didn't sleep at all the first night. First of all, my head was directly under the window, and I kept hearing shit all night long.
And you guys
The
were in a
second night,
tent or a cabin?
the lean-to.
The lean-to. Okay. You guys went to the
The
same
second
place.
Yeah, same. I'm probably the same fucking what's her name. The second night I slept a little better, but on that cot, only having one pillow and none of my other shit, like it was a
So that's
horrible night's
that's
sleep.
your own fault, cuz you gotta come when you go camping, you gotta treat your bed space like you're at home. You want to be as comfortable as you can. Bring as much shit as you can. If you gotta put up your friggin' your pink girly curtains and all that shit to make you feel at home, that's what you do. You gotta bring your listen, if you had to bring your rainbow bright comforter. All right. All right.
Garbage pail kids. All right, so what is this? How did you want to end it?
So, cuz the great text message on the great text message misunderstanding. So I don't even know why this is a thing. Nick told me I got to ask him. Did you know that like the younger generation thinks the thumbs up emoji is like offensive?
What?
Yeah, I have no idea. So if we have any younger listeners out there, do me a favor, give me a comment. Why the hell is why do younger people out there think the thumbs up emoji is friggin' offensive?
Do we know what's offensive about it?
I have no idea. All right, no idea. Here's another thing that friggin' freaks me out about texting. accidentally sending the wrong text message to the wrong group.
I've done it a couple times. I'm not going to lie.
So you know when it happens to me? It happens to me if I'm sitting there texting somebody, right? And let's say somebody texts me, and as I'm texting them, I get the text at the top of the screen. So as I'm texting them, I stop, and then I read their text message, and then I start responding to the one that just popped up in the top. Does that ever happen
But
to you?
to the one you've been typing on.
Correct. Yeah, that happens
Yeah.
to me all the time.
That's
all right?
that's boomer shit, cuz. That's boomer shit.
Dude, the other one is, and I don't care if you say this doesn't friggin' chill you a little bit, even if it ends up being fine and or everything's fine at home, you get a text from your wife going, hey, we need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's something about, like, we got to talk about baseball practice this week, but
anybody, my mother, my boss, if I get that from anybody, it's immediate. What did I do wrong?
Exactly. And here's the worst pressure on earth. And I deal with it every fucking day because I'm probably on 5 group chats. All right. The fucking pressure of coming into a group chat when you haven't been responding and you open your phone and there's 97 fucking messages in the one group chat. The pressure of trying to catch up and engage in the conversation is like no pressure I've ever felt in my life.
Don't catch up. Treat it like Twitter. You pop in, you see what you see, and you leave. That's it. That's what I do. I don't catch up.
All right. Well, that's because you don't give a fuck. You're just a guy. All you care about is it's already ready already. We established this. That's your life's work at the current moment.
Saying the what's the name? That's how you got to treat it. That's why there's no pressure. It's you have to treat it like social media. You can't see everything.
I get it, but you want to be engaged. I mean, you're in that group chat for a reason, right? Whether it's your boy, whether it's baseball coaches,
but
whether
you can't engage in something that happened 3 hours ago. That's not possible.
What if it's something that was important that you need to be friggin' involved with?
It'll come up again, I promise you.
All right, good point. Fair point.
I've never scrolled up in a group chat. If it's just you and I, and for some reason I walk back into 12 messages from you, I'll read every one of them, which you can't do. You don't have the ability to scroll up. If I send you 5 messages, you're only reading the most recent one.
That drives me out of here. No, it's not. That's not true.
Get your wife. Where's your wife right now? Where's your wife right now?
She's not home from work yet. But that's not true. I friggin' if I have to go back, I will.
How do you know you have to or you don't have to if you don't actually go back?
But why would I have to go back unless the text message that you currently sent tells me that I got to see what he said about this last time?
They're different. Why would they be the same topic?
Then why do I have to go back?
Because you're missing 4 other. If I send you 5 messages and they're all unrelated, you're missing 4 completely different
I see what
topics.
you're saying. If you send me 5 text messages and I'm just seeing them, I only respond to the last one, the most recent one.
Correct.
What you're saying. Okay.
April does the same thing.
I can't dispute that. I can't dispute that.
Yeah. No, I know you can't. I know you can't.
I thought you meant like you send me a text message about something, and my first reaction is, all right, let me go back to 3 weeks ago to see what.
We're the opposite. You ignore them privately, and you're pressured to read them on the group chat, and I ignore them on the group chat.
First of all, don't be bitchy, all right? Because I don't ignore them.
I'm just saying,
it's the way my brain works. I read it, and then I see the next one and I respond. All right, it's just, I don't know. Maybe the first 4 bubbles weren't fucking interesting, Mass. Maybe it was the 5th one that was interesting. How about that? Maybe the 5th.
Every single time. Come on, Mo.
Well, because you listen, it's the last impression. It's the last impression is always the one that you leave last, right? So that's what I'm responding.
So you know what I do? What I do is I'll purposely wait to send you the other 4 things until you respond to the first one.
That's what I would do.
That's what I do.
That's what I would do. So look,
but it's ridiculous that I got to babysit you on a fucking text message.
Well, because listen, you're getting close. You can almost wipe your own ass. You know what I mean? Like, you figured it out. You figured out how you got to deal with me. You got to wait for one response at a time. That's another
number 2. Go.
That's another 40-year-old problem. And why do you got to go? Where are you going after 2 drinks that you're going to be driving?
I'm not driving any.
Oh, the dinner's ready with the gravy?
Yeah.
All right. What kind of pasta?
I don't know. I've been in here with you this whole time.
Why won't these Italian broads ever give us a spaghetti?
She does spaghetti.
Because
She
my
does
wife,
bucatini, cavatelli.
it's like a special treat every time, and we have pasta constantly. But
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. This is why it's not an every time pasta. Because regular spaghetti, I'm not talking about angel hair or cavatelli or bucatini. Excuse me. Regular spaghetti soaks up a ton of gravy. So if you're not making a fresh pot and you don't have the extra to spare, like a fresh pot of gravy, we get spaghetti. But if we're defrosting like a one dinner container worth of gravy and meatballs and sausage,
I know what you mean.
There's not enough in there for
a little,
spaghetti. You gotta go with
one of those quart ones. You got the quarts. I know all about the quarts.
You gotta go. There's not enough gravy to go in a spaghetti for that. You got to go with a rigatoni or a penne.
Well, listen, if Ralph Cifaretto taught us anything, all right, after the gravy's done, you got to coat it with a little bit of gravy, all right, a little bit of sauce, and you put it back. Then you put it back in the pot, all right, because then the macaroni absorbs the sauce.
But if there's not enough sauce to go around, that's the problem. That's the fear. That's why you don't get spaghetti all the time, because spaghetti absorbs more than the others.
So you're telling me that the thin spaghetti absorbs more than the thick penne?
Correct.
You have data and facts to back this up, or this is just your opinion?
I have a lifetime of eating to back it up.
That's not evidence. What science, what evidence do you have? Did you ever sit there with a microscope and watch the fucking the capellini? Did you watch the angel hair and the capellini or capellini? What is it? Capellini.
Yes.
Did you watch the capitelli absorb the fucking gravy or the sauce more than the fucking penne?
Motherfucker, give me the fuck you. I'm had enough of your shit.
But how do you know?
What form of pasta absorbs the most tomato sauce?
They all absorb it equally.
Shit.
Penne! Is it penne? Tell me it's penne.
No. Penne and spaghetti aren't even on the list.
So there you go. So you just see what I mean? You're trying to tell our listeners bullshit. Rigatoni. I don't even know what packet cherry.
Mezzi rigatoni is the little guys. Fusilli and what's that one? Gabardines?
I guess that's Gabardine, yeah.
And gemelli.
See? So here's what I'm trying to tell you. They're screwing us. We can have the spaghetti all the time. I can't say that because people are going to break my balls. I like a noodle. I was going to say a long noodle. I was going to say.
I like the twirl on the fork.
Right? You know what else I do? So Eminem thinks that he fucking made this shit up, the spaghetti sandwich. Because I've been doing the spaghetti sandwich since I was like 8 years old. I get 2 or 3 pieces of bread, all right, and I twirl it up, maybe cut the meatball in half, put a little meatball in there, and only one slice. I cup it, put the spaghetti in, put the spaghetti in, put the meatball in, spaghetti sandwich. I've been doing that since 1990. Em was still working at Pizza Hut, making $3.25 an hour. Cuz
I do it with bread. I don't do it like a roll, rather, like a loaf. I don't do it with sliced bread. But yeah, same thing.
So I never did it with a roll. So spaghetti on a roll.
You scoop the roll out.
I feel you.
You put the spaghetti and the meatball and the gravy inside.
Okay, you want me to friggin' blow your mind? I just thought of
like
something.
a burrito.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
2 pieces of garlic bread and the spaghetti on the garlic bread with some provolone.
You're making me hungry now, cuz.
Provolone, or does it gotta be, no, not even provolone, just a ton of locatelli.
Now, do you ever make a gravy sandwich? It's just gravy and locatelli on sliced bread. I do that all the time. I'm telling you, that's a South Philly classic, cuz you don't know nothing about that.
No, cuz, I get it. Believe me, I used to do the potato chips and fucking mustard. I did that shit. We didn't have any fucking money. I did all that shit, but yeah, my dad got all his money later in life.
That's a fucking staple, Bo. The gravy sandwich, cuz.
Gravy and what kind of cheese?
Locatelli.
Look, are you saying locatelli?
Yes, locatelli.
All right, with the locatelli. You know, God forbid you call. Let me get a cap. on that fucking sandwich. It's got to be. Let me get a gob. I don't
And
know
we
where
got
I don't know where you're from, but
roll cone.
last time I checked, the C sounds like a fucking C. You know,
How about when my Aunt Joni sent me to the store for Brigidelle?
Brigidelle is a meat or a cheese.
It's a pasta.
Ooh, I don't know what that shit is.
How do you think it's really pronounced?
Brigidelle. How's it spelled?
Perciatale. It's spelled with a P.
I can't. See, this is why the natives didn't want the Italians here. Because they can't even fucking pronounce the words right. And I love the Italians. I love that they're here. But you know what?
I'm in the B section like a strapper, cuz.
Remember in Gangs of New York where the Irish guy got hit with the rock or the Irish chick?
Yeah.
That should have been an Italian. Should have been an Italian getting hit. Go back and learn how to fucking pronunciate letters, you fucking stupid.
You're correct.
All right, so you got to get going, right?
Yeah. We got 56 minutes, cuz. That was good.
No, it was good. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for this week's episode. We love you guys as always. Again, listen, big news. We went from having the 40 Years and 40 Beers podcast to now having the 40 Years and 40 Beers network. We have a combined podcast, 40 Years, 40 Beers, with co-host Bob Bain, Joe Massi. Joe Massi's been doing a hell of a job.
And we're coming up on episode 50 of our podcast, cuz. That's a big deal, dog. I'll walk. I'll climb. Yeah. We're going to yodel at the top. It was funny, though. It was funny. All right, cuz. Episode 45 in a can, Mo. I'll talk to you later, bro.